Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Radiant Woman podcast. I'm Georgiana and today I will pick up as a topic a quality that without we have difficulty in manifesting any other qualities, and this quality is self-confidence. Self-confidence is actually an inner attitude in which we take responsibility for our endowments, talents, qualities, competencies, life experience. We take simply responsibility for what we can do and who we are as a human being with all kind of qualities. And this is something which we can all work on. We can all make it better because we evolve all the time. Most of us, we evolve all the time. And from time to time, we simply have to check if our self-confidence is upgraded to our new level of evolution, of personal development. I have noticed this in my life. I'm working on myself all the time, and I notice that when I am on a little bit higher level, I really need to bring up on that level all my qualities. I need to make an upgrade, so to speak. And it is the same with self-confidence. So self-confidence helps us manifest all the other qualities that we have. We can say that self-confidence is an act of faith. We believe that we are compassionate, tender, loving, intelligent, intuitive, and so on and so forth. Being self-confident, it doesn't mean at all that we are arrogant. So self-confidence is not self-importance. Self-confidence is our connection to our soul and a very lucid self-awareness, which simply allows us to realize that we have all these qualities and it is our responsibility to manifest them for the good of ourselves, but also for the good of others. Self-importance is related to the ego, is in connection with arrogance, with thinking that you are better than others, with comparing yourself. Self-confidence doesn't have to compare. Self-confidence simply means I trust in my inner abilities. I trust in the qualities that I have, and I can develop myself more. I can learn from others. Also, I can get inspired and motivated by others. So self-confidence simply means to be aware of what we have as qualities, take responsibility for them, and manifest them. Also, I mentioned that self-confidence is an act of faith. Lack of self-confidence is also an act of faith. It's the so-called anti-faith, in which we do not believe, or we believe that we do not have intelligence. We believe that we do not possess compassion. We believe that we are not tender. We believe strongly something which is not good for us. So lack of self-confidence, it's also an act of faith, but it's a negative faith. What can we do in order to enhance our self-confidence and still remain humble and not fall into the pit of arrogance or self-importance? Maybe the simplest first step we can take is to pay attention to which words we use, because the words that we use, they work like charm, they work like a magic, they are like mantras that create our reality. So for example, one word we should avoid using is I will try. When we say I will try, actually our subconscious mind registers it as I will probably fail. So instead of saying I will try, we can say I will do my best. Still, in both situations, we don't know the outcome, but the words that we use are programming our subconscious mind and giving a certain hint or even an order to our subconscious mind. So instead of saying I will try to do this, we can say I will do my best to do this. Also, another word that we might want to avoid, cannot. Instead of saying cannot, I cannot do this, we can say I will test it and see how it works. So again, the words that we use are programming our subconscious mind and are actually leading to a certain outcome depending on the words we use. Another aspect that we can pay attention to with regards to self-confidence is the people that we surround ourselves with, our friends, for example, because some people will actually support us. They will validate somehow the qualities that we have, and they will support ourselves. So that will enhance our self-confidence. They will be positive. They will give us positive feedback, even when the feedback can be somehow like they point out certain aspects that we can improve. They will give us the feedback in a constructive manner, not in a destructive manner. And other people will simply be negative. They will put us down. They will give us a certain destructive feedback. So we need to pay attention to the people that are surrounding us, that are in our circle of friends and acquaintances. And when we have negative people who are actually putting us down, we simply have two choices. If we feel that we are strong enough, then we can have this type of people around us. They will not affect us, they will not diminish our self-confidence, they will not drag us down. But if we feel that we are not strong enough, at least in a certain period of time in our life, the best strategy is to avoid them and surround ourselves with people who love us and give us positive feedback, even when the feedback, as I said, is pointing out certain aspects at ourselves that we need to work with and improve. So either we are strong enough, and then it doesn't matter so much what people say to us, because our self-confidence will be unshakable. But if we don't feel that we have the inner strength, at least not right now, to put up with that type of criticism, then we simply ignore those people and make sure that we surround ourselves with people who support our inner growth and who support our self-confidence in this manner. It is very important also that. Another aspect that is affecting our self-confidence are fears, all type of fears. Something that we can do practically, and this is not related only to self-confidence, so we can do something in order to diminish our fears. One practical method that we can do is to write down on small pieces of paper the fears that we have. So we take one fear on one piece of paper. I will take a funny fear of spiders. I put there, I'm afraid of spiders. I fold it and put it in a transparent jar with a tight lid. So when I went through the fears that I have, I fold all the pieces of paper, put them in a transparent jar with a tight lid, and I put the jar somewhere where I can see it every day. So every time that I see the jar, I will say to myself, now I have you under my control. Because as long as the fears are active, they have the control upon us. So now when we see the jar somewhere there, we say, now I have you under my control. And in time, when you will notice that some of the one fear, let's say my fear of spiders, is gone, I will search the notes in the jar, I will pick it up, and then I can do like a small ritual in which I burn the piece of paper, and in the same time I visualize and I also feel inwardly that this negative energy that had control upon myself up to this point is gone forever. Another practical method that we can do with regards to our fears that diminish our self-confidence is to imagine, whenever we notice that we have some type of fear, we will simply imagine that we are on the moon. And from the moon, we watch ourselves down on Earth in that situation that it's creating the fear, or with those thoughts, those mindsets that are creating the state of fear. So sitting on the moon, we look at ourselves down on Earth in that situation, and we notice, how do we feel? What's the inner feeling when I have this big distance between my real self and my persona on planet Earth in that type of situation? Or I can also do something else. I can think like that. How will I feel 5 years from now regarding this situation? Will I, or this person, or these concerns, worries, whatever it is creating fear in me? Am I still afraid of it? Is it still affecting me in a negative manner? For sure, the answer is no. So we can use these two simple methods whenever we feel a certain type of fear, because fear is affecting our self-confidence. When we have great self-confidence, we believe in ourselves. We believe that we can manage, we believe that we can cope, we believe that we can succeed. And also, because we have self-confidence and we are aware of our inner qualities, we have much better chances of using them, of manifesting these qualities in a very creative manner, in a very beneficial, positive, uplifting manner. So self-confidence starts with becoming aware of our innate qualities, of our acquired qualities, and then we take responsibility for these qualities and manifest them. We need to manifest them because this is how we grow, and also this is how we enrich our life and we enrich the lives of others. Without self-confidence, we can have a mountain of talents, a mountain of qualities. We will just sit on the mountain and do nothing with it because we believe we can't. This is a negative faith that we hold on to. Self-confidence is necessary for us in order to manifest any other quality that we might have. Without self-confidence, as I already said, we can sit on a mountain of wonderful qualities. We will not manifest them. We will do nothing about it. It will not help us at all. So if we want to grow, if we want to really become more and more in contact with the real self, with who we truly are, we need to work with our qualities and manifest them. And also, let's be honest, none of us is perfect. None of us is having all the qualities a human being can have. So if we want a quality that we are aware we don't have it so big or we don't almost have it at all, no worries. We certainly know at least one person, either directly or now with social media and movies and YouTube and everything, there are a lot of people out there. So we start by admiring a person who already has this inner quality that we want to develop in ourselves. When we admire somebody, we open ourselves for that type of energy. And also we do like a magic circle. Because we admire, we enhance that energy in the person that we admire. And because we admire, we start developing, assimilating, accumulating that type of specific energy with a very clear energetical signature in ourselves. So we help both of us. The thing is that when we envy a certain person for a quality, for example, we close ourselves. So we don't assimilate that quality and we don't do anything to the other person. We just damage ourselves because of the envy. So with admiration, we can actually accumulate, assimilate, and learn by admiration qualities that we don't have right now. So the more we admire people who are, let's say, courageous, or who are very responsible, or very mature, or very tender, or loving, whatever quality we want to assimilate, admiration is the shortest, safest path for us to get that quality inside of us. It's free, it's pleasant, and it works like a charm. If you feel that these information were helpful for you, please like, share, tag a woman who needs to listen to it. Until next time, I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.